Hi guys and welcome to my latest review. Now what I have here today is Arylic S10 and the manufacturer calls it S10 preamp. But to be honest, there's not much of a preamp here. It's basically a streamer slash DAC, two-in-one. And you will best see that if I turn it on this side. As you can see, there is a LAN input here, USB input, auxiliary, that's like your analog input, and power input. Now, power brick is provided in the box as all the necessary cables, but as you can see, there is only one way to output your signal here, and it's analog auxiliary output. That's basically 3.5 millimeters stereo jack, and because of that, you can already guess there is no way to use it as a digital streamer only. For example, the way I'm using Raspberry Pi here, because I just hook USB DAC to it and it works. It can be just a digital streamer. But with Arylic S10 here, it's basically digital streamer slash DAC, and you use it like that, two-in-one. You either accept it or you basically find some other product that suit your needs better. And its purpose is actually to be used instead of your PC. So this is like a complete digital source that you'll ever need. Now, the question only is, where do you keep your files? Where do you keep your songs? Well, that's interesting. You can just keep them on an external hard drive that you connect through USB here. It can be hard drive, it can be USB flash or anything like that. It reads the storage automatically and acts as a mini PC. You can also stream basically anything. It supports Tidal, Spotify, Deezer, TuneIn, and bunch other services. And I tried them all. Of course, it just needs to be connected to the internet via Ethernet port. And I basically tried all of this and it works just fine. And you control all that through an app. Now you just download the app, both iOS and Android are supported, and it's called 4Stream. I hope you can see it here on the screen. Just a moment, quickly to open it. And it connects to it, which will actually not do currently because it's not connected to my home network. But when it is, the app quickly finds the device, and from there, it's really smooth and easy to use it, like any other player or streaming app you've ever tried before. Now, regarding app, I'm really happy with it. It works really fine, it's quick, it works smooth, and I didn't have any problems basically, except one. I have one beef with it. I'll put some screenshots of that here on the screen so you can see it. Basically, I was happy with everything except one thing. When I use USB storage, it reads all of my music tracks, but it does not see any folders. It just piles all the songs from all the folders on one huge list. And that's very odd because the very same things, when I cast music from my phone, for example, allows you to sort music by artists, songs, or folders too. It just doesn't work if you use USB input, which is weird, and I suppose they can fix that by later updates and so on. Another way of controlling it is through provided remote control, which is plasticky and lightweight, but functions really nice, nothing to complain here, especially for the price. And yeah, I haven't mentioned that. This is basically a 70 to 80 bucks device. It's a streamer, it's a DAC, Now, manufacturer didn't actually provide the info on which DAC chip they are using, but for me, it's not really important if it works well. And we'll talk about that in the next part of the video. Now, probably important to mention is that DA chip supports 24 bits, 192 kilohertz files. That means it's equipped for high-resolution music, but not any extreme values. There is no DSD. This is a budget all-in-one device after all. Now, I hooked it up to my main system. That means to Cyrus integrated amp and Cafe LS50 speakers, and started listening. First of all, I can say it's definitely not half as bad, because it's an all-in-one. It's basically a mini PC. It's a streamer with DAC inside for 70 to 80 bucks, depending on the store. And the sound quality was quite decent. It's, first of all, it's well balanced. There is nothing thin and digital and too sharp about it, which made me very happy, because to be completely honest, I fully expected it to sound like that, like thin, compressed, and, you know, digitally bright. But no, it's very listenable experience. And I was actually curious, so I compared it to a lot of my other DACs that I had currently here. And just for the reference, the sound quality coming out of this little unit is on par with, for example, Dragonfly Black. That said, Dragonfly is a little bit more sharp sounding and a little bit upfront type of sound, while this one is a little bit more relaxed and laid back, but also very clean and full sounding, which is quite nice. Now, if you compare it to dedicated standalone DACs like Shit Modi 3 or Topping D30, E30, something like that, those will definitely sound better and more detailed. This one is, as I mentioned, very musical and pleasant sounding. There is decent soundstage width, and everything is in its place, but compared to those standalone DACs, it cannot resolve as much details. And as I mentioned, it's more on par with something like Dragonfly Black, which is not even in competition, because that's a portable DAC stick, while this is a 2-in-1 streamer slash DAC. So to be completely honest, this is not a device meant to be used in a really good hi-fi system, because it will not match real standalone DACs. So who is it for then? Well, definitely I could recommend it to anyone with entry-level gear. For example, I could imagine it being a perfect match for something like Microlab active speakers or Edifier speakers or something like that. Like active speakers that you paid in range from 100 to, let's say, 200 or 300 bucks. And in that case, you just add this and you're ready to go. This is a streamer, it's a DAC, it's connected to your active speakers that don't need an amp, and that'd be a really decent audio system on a really tight budget. Because it's definitely good enough for things like that, for entry-level equipment, because I compared it in this video a few times with Dragonfly Black. And Dragonfly Black definitely sounds better than any integrated PC audio solution, anything you find on your average laptop, tablet, or motherboard. So this is an improvement. And if you connect it to a decent budget pair of speakers, I guess you would be very happy with the results. And when you consider like this really affordable price and just great functionality, control from your smartphone, all the streaming services, ability to connect to external storage and things like that, I think it's a great little device. Now, personally, I wouldn't use it because I have no use case for it. I will not put it in my main system, but if I had, for example, like second system in my sleeping room or something, I would be more than happy to use it there, but I don't. And I think that basically anybody who didn't spend more than, let's roughly say, $500 on the rest of their gear, if you're below that, I think you could be happy with the sound quality this Arylic S10 actually offers. And yeah, that would be it. I basically often tend to get excited about standalone things, about achieving more and more fidelity and having more and more resolving sound, that I keep forgetting that a lot of people are actually just looking for a functional device at a decent price with a decent sound quality, and that's what this really is. So if you feel that everything that I described matches your needs, I honestly can't see any drawbacks and fallbacks of this unit. It's really nice. It surprised me for this amount of money, and if you're not an hardcore audiophile but you're just dipping into that whole thing, I could recommend this for you as all-in-one streaming slash DAC solution. It's really nice, and it also looks quite nice. This is aluminum. This is some sort of acrylic cover, something like that. It really looks nice and stylish in my opinion. Okay, so that would be all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please click like and subscribe. Also share these videos with your friends so the channel can grow and have even more interesting reviews like this one. Thank you and see you next time.